Alright, so I open up the game and it just starts here. I mean, let's just dive right in. There's no start screen or load menu. Are you surprised? When you make a phone call, do you ask the other person to press start before speaking? When you text someone, do you first show them graphics and pretty pictures? This isn't a game, so there's no reason to have a start screen. I'd rather call this my method of communication. Okay. It's nice to meet you, SighingSlider. Wait, did I? I don't think I put my name in this game. Was that your name? Well, since I'm a little far away, sometimes it's hard for me to understand who I'm talking to at first. But right now I'm talking to you, SighingSlider, right? Okay. Maybe. I think she's reading my computer name. Actually, can I go to a menu? No, okay, it's just a quit. It's a quit option. But okay. Well, I mean, I didn't introduce this game properly yet, but basically, this is Lilith Wants to Buy Your Soul. A interesting little game developed by Pyon Platinum, available on itch.io, and I guess we'll see what happens. Seems like there's some fourth wall breaking elements to this game. This visual novel. Let's see. But yeah, she's talking to SighingSlider? Yes. Well, that's what I thought. I myself go by many names, but you can call me Lilith. Through chain letters, strange emails, posters, and even paintings, I've always appeared to people and given them a special offer. Ooh, is it a discount? A lot of times they don't believe me, but sometimes they do, and for those people, I can change their lives. Talking to me through this so-called game, I was wondering if you want to make a deal like that for yourself. You never want to make a you never want to make a deal with a devil, you know? A devil's bargain. Though I'm not asking you to accept it right away, just asking you to listen. So, are you interested in what I have to say? Demon anime girl. Sure. There's no save, system, I'm assuming, so these choices are gonna have to matter, I guess. But that's great, SighingSlider. I'll drop a contract now. Where you, SighingSlider, give me your soul immortal soul. Soul immortal soul. And I'll give you a something. This might be a problem. Normally we have everyone's soul price here on file, but it seems that your file was misplaced. I'm sorry, even though I've been doing this for many years, I'm still just an imp. Okay? Oh, so you're not the Lilith? You're just Lilith, the imp. You're like an intern. I have a bad habit of losing things, and sometimes I even go off script. Let me explain. My job is to acquire souls for the afterlife. Everyone's soul has its own value, a price they're allowed to pay for it. What we can trade is always different. Sometimes we can give you diamonds and rubies. Other times we can give you a fried fish. So you see, whether I can give you worthless stones or a delicious snack, it's usually decided by the head office. It's funny how she says it's worthless stones. But if I can't find that file, how can I make you an offer in the first place? Is it under the desk? Under my chair? Stuck in my clothes somewhere? Let's check these papers one more time. Oh, it's hopeless. Now this is interesting. I think I can still gather enough information to offer you a deal. By conducting this test that I found, I can understand your soul value that way too. I'll just ask you 20 questions, the same number as a children's game, and we can learn how much your soul is worth. Ah yes. Who's answering? It's you, of course. The you behind the screen. Me. And after taking the test, you can decide whether you want to sign your soul away. Shall we begin? I feel like if we say no, we just close the game. So sure, why not? I'm interested. What's the value of my soul? My immortal soul. Let's start then with a soul appraisal. The first question, remember this affects the value of your soul. Are you more of a cat person or a dog person? Well, this is a hard one because I'm more of a crow person, actually. I like corvids, because they're cool and smart. And they have a bad reputation, which makes them actually more cool to me. I don't know. So I tend to like crows or ravens, They're just, they're underrated, because dolphins are always like said to be the smartest animal on Earth, but like really, it's the crows. Well, maybe not really, but they seem to have their own kind of intelligence that makes them unique. That I feel like most people don't think about, because they're just birds, right? Birds are, they always have a bad rap, right? Bird brain, birds tend to be like considered like not very smart, but like, at least the species under the corvids are very smart. Anyway, but if I had to choose cat or dog person, I don't know. I mean, dogs are very needy, they require a lot of exercise. Cats, I feel like are less maintenance. I'm just thinking in terms of like if I was a pet owner, I guess. I don't know. I guess I would choose cat. They I feel like are more I feel like they're in terms of personality, generally speaking, I feel like cats are, for me anyway, I'd be more comfortable with a cat than a dog, I guess. In fact, I might be influenced by my bad experience with a dog, actually. Where I tried to touch a dog one time and they barked at me and tried to bite me. There's that one time when when I visited my relative's place, actually, they had this dog. It was like a very small dog. It looked cute. Its name was Sushi, but I feel like it was badly trained though. It was like, I don't know if it was she or he, but I just say it. It was very hostile. I think it like literally bit my aunt and drew blood. So like it was horribly, like, had really bad behavior. I don't know. I don't know how they trained it, but anyway, I had a bad experience with that dog. No bad experience with cats though. No, don't choose cat. Wrong answer. What? To be honest, I'm more of a dog person myself. Do you know a lot of people who like cats have attachment issues? Let's set that aside for now. Okay, you can be wrong on this. The next question. Would you rather eat burgers or ramen? Depends. I like burgers. I like ramen. Depends if it's instant ramen. Instant ramen is like meh. But like real ramen or just like basically normal ramen, really. It's pretty delicious. I don't have that often though. That depends. I actually tend to prefer dry food though. I usually don't prefer like wet food, I guess, like in a soup, I actually don't like soup for some reason. I don't like warm liquids, I don't hate it necessarily, dislike it that much, but I would prefer dry food. I don't know, there's just less slurping, I guess, less like just liquids everywhere, less steam in my face, I don't know. But burgers can be messy too, depending on how the burgers are made. There's a lot of sauce, depending. I don't know. If I had to choose for like a satisfying meal, I would choose ramen, I guess. Hard pick, ramen. Okay, that's correct. It just depends on our own preferences. What the heck? So you like ramen too? I wish your taste in pets was as good as your taste in food. Is it fun to take a quiz like this? I know you're human and I'm a demon, but it's great to see what we both enjoy. Are you ready for the next question? I think it's a fun one too. Does your life have any meaning? Hey, I didn't choose. You didn't give me enough time. I was thinking about it. Why'd you pause there? Cats or dogs, burgers or ramen, whether or not life has meaning. Haven't you already thought about these things? One of your scientists said people consider 35,000 things every single day. I guess considering this question wasn't one of them. But I don't mind if you take your time. I can wait for you. So, does your life have meaning? I mean, life has no meaning. And this might sound pessimistic, but I don't think life has meaning in general, but like, that's kind of the point. I don't know. Unless you're religious, I guess, but I feel like we live in a giant void on like a small rock, comparatively, in a deeply, like, endless galaxy and universe. So like life, is very short comparatively to the rest of like overall time itself. And therefore, really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't really have meaning. But that's fine, it's like, it's freeing in a way. Like, it's a good thing that life has no meaning to me anyway. I don't know. I'm gonna say no. Well, that's a really funny expression you have in your face. If these kinds of questions are hard for a human like you, then we go back to cute pets. Imagine that there's a box in front of you. Are we talking about Schrodinger's cat or something? In that box, is there a cat or a dog? There's a cat because of Schrodinger's cat. But like, am I thinking about this too hard? I don't know. I'm gonna say cat because that's, the theory. Yeah. Okay, I put the cat in the box. Now, when we open that box, is the cat in the box dead or alive? Yes, Dead or Alive is a game series where it has a lot of fan service. Well, Lilith, this is a theoretical, thought experiment. It is supposed to be both dead and alive at the same time, I guess. Even though it's not literally both dead and alive, but it could be dead and alive from the perception of the person looking at the box, or something like that. Wasn't it the case where the person, like Schrodinger, or how to say his name, Schrodinger? Wasn't the whole point of the thought experiment to disprove subjectivity, Like, everyone says, is it dead or alive? And therefore that proves, like, quantum physics or whatever. But, like, it's supposed to be that the cat is objectively dead or alive, but, like, you just don't know, right? It's like the universe... It's like whether or not when the tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, did it really fall, The point of that, yes, it did, but, like, does anyone know that it fell? That's the true question. Like, how much does humanity matter in terms of, like, if we did not observe something, does anyone know that it happened? Will we ever know, if an event happens without us, I guess? I feel like that's the true thought experiment, Anyway, not that, like, literally, that objectively that it happened or not. Well, anyway, where am I going? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Schrodinger's cat. I mean, you didn't put poison in the box, so, like, it's alive. So you're a cat half person, or a cat half a full person, huh? How optimistic. Now I'll put you in the box. Oh no. When I open the box, will you be dead or alive? Oh, I'm alive. Somehow I'm not surprised. But the most important question is, if I open you up on the inside, are you feeling dead or alive? I'm dead on the inside. Now a trolley is driving down some train tracks. Oh, trolley question now? If the trolley goes on, then it will run over 5 people. However, you can flick a lever and it will run over 1 person instead. Whether you pull a lever or you don't pull a lever, you look away from the tracks? Interesting question. Because it's not the trolley problem, rather whether or not do you want to see someone die. I don't know, actually. That's never happened to me. Not in real life. Like, it's a morbid thought, but, like, would you rather watch someone die? Would you look away? And you see it all the time. I mean, I see it all the time in movies, I guess. Or, like, someone just looks away. Because, oh no, it's too horrifying. But, like, I mean, I can be honest, like, if I see someone dying in front of me, would I look away or not? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I have no idea. It's just never happened to me. It's quite horrifying, I imagine, but, like, my imagination can only go so far, right? If it's actually happening in front of me, I don't know how I would react. I mean, the first thing I would do is call the 911, maybe. I don't know. Not that it would help, but at least, it did something. Maybe, I don't know. I would probably look. Just in case. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking about the type of person I am. I mean, in a stressful situation, I would probably freeze. Like, how people say there's flight or freeze, or rather flight or fight, or whatever? Flight or blah, blah, I can't speak. You either, like, when human beings are faced with stressful situations, they either run away or they prime the body to fight. There's a third reaction, which is freeze, and I often do that. Whenever there's a stressful situation, I'm just thinking about, I'm someone who's like, I just freeze. I don't like, I'm just like, So I probably would just look, but not out of really have a choice. It's more like I wouldn't think to look away, I imagine. So I'll probably just look. Now look at me. None of these questions even matter. Look at me. Look at me. Okay. Have you been putting a lot of thought into these questions? Don't bother answering, I already know. 10 minutes? That's longer than average. Well, that's because I'm I'm actually, considering all of this. It's more fun, to talk about like about the questions and what you would decide. Do you tap out and leave me here all alone? Or are we just thinking that carefully? Regardless, that's all the questions for May. We just finished the appraisal's first half. How are you feeling? I have some feedback from other takers. Let's see. Mystifying, obscure, none of cats. We did fix that last part about the cats. What do people have to say about Form B, the next section? Straightforward, simple, not enough cats. What's with these last suggestions? We can't just put cats in the game just because people like them. That's not how things work. Setting that aside, our time together is coming to a close. Let's finish the appraisal of these last 10 questions. Ready to continue? Sure. Great. Let's start with question 11. Do you live alone? This is getting personal. I'm gonna get doxxed. Technically, no. I'm not living alone. You wanna live alone? Sort of. I don't know. Depends. Sure. Personal contradictions, are we? You have a partner right now? Like, this is getting too personal. No. They want to be with me, what? Just kidding. Still, I have to apologize, but not for the reason you might think. I asked some questions there that weren't on the forum just then. It's not that I'm interested in your relations or anything, baka. I was just teasing you. As a waifu anime girl. If you look on the game page, there's at least 3 downloads. I'm not lonely a lot. Let's just get back on track. That's true? I don't know. Is there a way to check? I'm not sure. I mean, there's 5 ratings. I think there's more than 5 downloads at this point. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do first? I bet I can guess. You look at the phone? No. I'm actually not a phone person. I'm actually I'm weird because I feel like in this generation, everybody's just on their phones all the time. I'm actually not very much a phone, addict. Though I'm more on my computer than I'm on my phone. So no, I don't look at the phone. Then I hope you eat a good breakfast at least. Well, I brush my teeth. The first thing I do in the morning is I brush my teeth. You didn't mention that. Do you ever scroll on the phone without thinking? No, not really. If I ever use the phone, to be honest, it's like fast food apps. That's the only time I spend a lot of time on the phone. I mean, other than using it to call, I guess. The reason being is because you get discounts. Instead they don't get coupons, and you just do it for the phone app. You ever scroll on the phone without thinking? No. Then are you giving me your full attention right now? Generally, yes. Whenever I do anything, really. I'm not very good multitasker. So I always give everything usually my full attention. I'm kind of like a single tasker. Good, I'm pleased. I know focusing can be hard, so let me help you. Oh, I can full screen my game. Is it I'm messing up my screen capture, Lilith? Okay, so we're back here. Alright. Okay, so it turns out when the game full screen, the capture was frozen, so I actually recorded a bunch of stuff, but then as it turns out, none of it was being recorded, so let's do this again. On YouTube, I'm gonna edit this back in, and I guess I have to pretend, I have to pretend that I didn't go through the game yet. It'll be weird. Oh well. I don't know, I can't use the other footage because it's just audio. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, how's this? We have to make most of our remaining time together, you and me. Now for the last few questions. Do you have any dreams? Right, okay, so dreams. I know it's weird now. It's weird because I did this already. But, okay, what I was talking about was, what did she mean by dreams? Did she mean dreams what you have in the future? Like your future goals? Or dreams you have at night? I think she means dreams as in future goals. Sure. My dream is to live like a healthy, comfortable life where I play video games. Maybe not all the time, but at least in my free time. Are you pursuing those dreams? I mean, making money. I need money. I need lots of money. I'll cheer you on. Do you believe you have a soul? Objectively, I would say no. Even though maybe in the future scientists will figure something out, where like, as it turns out, there is something that resembles a soul inside our bodies, but not necessarily where you think it is. I imagine it's somewhere in the brain. That maybe there's like some small part of the brain, or maybe it's just in general. I mean, I feel like the prevailing theory is that it's just our full makeup, the way our entire body is built, and that's what gives us sentience or something. I don't know. Anyway, so no. But yeah, regardless of whether you believe it or not, I still want it. Do you believe you own your soul? Well, no. Do you believe you own your time? So yeah, this was I was thinking, like, do you believe you own time? In a way, you do, in the sense of your free will, right? Whatever you choose to do with your time, in a sense, you do, unless you've been restrained, literally, like you've been like sent to prison or whatever. In that case, you don't own your time. When someone freaking murders you, you don't own your time. And I guess, other than those exceptions where your human rights are being violated, I guess usually you own your own time. And the last question is a little hard to ask. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Well, mint. I've never tried mint. Strawberry. I feel like it's always a weird artificial taste. Chocolate. I feel like it's a very popular choice. But vanilla is what I always choose. I actually prefer like chocolate and vanilla together, like a mixed, flavor. It's like two flavors in one. But I guess I would choose vanilla. Even though I'm lactose intolerant nowadays, so I don't really eat a lot of ice cream. I used to, though, as a kid. Good choice. If you chose mint, then that means your soul would be worthless. The only people who enjoy mint are people without taste buds. And that's question 20. You see, the quiz was quick, fun, and painless. Just like a test on fuzz bead or basebook. I must just say that we're also using these results for our target ads, but only in the fourth circle of hell, where your whole social media dads and marketing executives. Now 1 minute, processing your results. 1, 2, 3. Done. Ta-da! I'm worth a console. Am I worth like a PlayStation 5 or... Are we on PlayStation 5 yet? Are we or I can't remember now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, 5 is the latest one, right? I mean, it's pretty expensive. Yeah, there you go. Lilith. Turns out she's an intern, as I thought. And also, head demon is Louis Cypher, as in Lucifer. There you go. Yay! Who are you? Congratulations! Your soul is worth $717. Wow. With that kind of money, I could get you a gaming console. If you hit the print screen button on your keyboard, you can take a screenshot of this image. And you can proudly show your friends that your soul is worth a gaming console. Isn't that amazing? Not really, but... Great. Well, I can screenshot this when I edit the footage, for YouTube. I mean, I'm probably not even going to, but anyway. I guess that was a little... I don't know, she looks a lot... I don't know, for some reason it looks a lot different as like a chibi. I guess her hair was always pink. I just didn't think about that. Anyway, but even though that test was fun, that wasn't the reason we're talking right now. Before we part ways, this is my real offer to you, SighingSlider. For something worth $717, will you give me your soul? Can you explain the contract first? Well, your soul is appraised to be worth about $717. I probably won't give you the money itself, but I'll give you something worth the same amount. It might be an opportunity, a bond, or even inspiration. As for what it means for me to have your soul, maybe sometime later I'll ask for a favor, and that's all. So, something worth $717, will you give me your soul? It was just a favor. In reality, no. It's not worth $700. Yeah, I can't even buy a graphics card, It's like, that's not worth it at all. At least a graphics card. This might matter, though. I don't know. I'm just thinking about this as... I mean, this is a game, but, like... I'm just thinking, like, if I want to redo this, I probably don't want to. It kind of loses the magic, if we restart and choose different questions. And treat this like a game, even though it is, but, So this choice does matter. It sounds more interesting to say yes. I'm tempted to say yes, because she's a cute anime waifu demon girl, but probably no. If I have to answer this like sincerely, no, because I want more money, or at least something else. Not even money. I would like something. I don't know. Can I be a demon intern? That's what I would offer. I like a job here at Hell, please. I like the network. You know, get my resume, get my experience, like demon experience on my resume. So no. Oh, was my offer too low? Well, I guess this test was kind of worthless then. Although I don't know what I was hoping for. Believe it or not, after all I've said, I've never had someone go through with giving me their soul before. I'm a weak demon, you see, an imp. There are other stronger demons. If someone signs a contract with them instead, even if I was the first, those demons will be the ones to own their soul because their power is more than mine. When I followed the script, some people sign, but they all failed, or they all fall to others in the end. You, on the other hand, never signed at all. Was it something I said? Well, in the end, it doesn't matter. Now this has all been settled, I guess this is finally goodbye. Stupid. When I say I guess this is goodbye, that means you're supposed to close the game. Unless you still want to spend time with me. Only Lilith? I'll just stay here forever. Why? Why are you still here? Because I want more gameplay. I want to squeeze more content out of your game. You see, that's the real reason. Could it be because of those extra questions? I'm really not that lonely. I don't care that you're looking after me right now. Becca, please, if you stay here like this, then I want people to. I think that says leave you. But before you go, I should make a confession about the soul appraisal. Souls really all have the same value. When it comes to the contract, we just give an offer that we think you might accept. That's all. Oh, so it's a scam. The test is just supposed to help us guess what you might agree to, so in a way, you could say that I'm running a scam. That's what I said. Maybe I don't belong here as a demon after all, because at the very end, I couldn't keep up the lie. Not to someone like you. But there's a whole lot of demons out there in the world that might try to make you believe something different. That your soul has a value of this or that, and that you give it up to them for whatever it is they might promise you. Maybe they'll even tell you that's worthless and act like they're doing you favors. That you should be grateful for scraps. I don't want you to give your soul to someone like that. I want to be the one to have it, so I'm being honest with you. Now, or if I don't get your soul, then I don't want anyone else to have it either. So you're yandere. No, selfish, jealous, disorganized, overly talkative. I'm kind of a mess of a demon, aren't I? I promise you won't let anyone else tell you what your soul is worth. And if you don't give it to me, then you at least keep it for yourself. Your wishes, your desires, don't give them up. Please. Sure. Not that I even believe that I have a soul. But sure. I hold you to this promise. SighingSlider, I don't think we'll ever see each other again. When I said I was a weak demon, that part at least wasn't a lie. As the years have passed and people have stopped believing in things like me, it's becoming harder for me to show myself to you even like this. When the demon loses its power, we go to a place called Myth. You can say that even though this is real right now, in the end this experience will still turn into a game, whether it has a start screen or not. Now, if that happens to me, with the memory of that promise he made or failed to make, I'll still be alive. Even if I can't show myself to you, I'll still be watching over you my own way as an anime girl. As an anime girl sprite drawn by someone. I'll remember these questions and the time we spent together even if you forget them. Thank you. And farewell. Oh, and the game closes. Alright. I wonder, can I open it again? How does it open again? Oh, she's gone. It's not being captured though. Hold on, there you go. Alright. Oh, and then, okay, if I click, it just closes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna end this. I guess I'll just go back and just leave it here. No music. Alright. That's the game. So it was interesting. Kind of interesting experience, you know. It's a little how do I say? I don't know what the word is. Gimmicky, I guess. It's like you know. It's silly, but I like it. You know, it was interesting enough. Really, it didn't really matter. You know, it's as fun. You know, the whole part of the game or part of the story is just a personality test that doesn't really give you any real results, really. But you know, I mean, I guess even doing personality tests are fun, even if they don't really do anything. You know, because as far as I understand, all personality tests are like, you know, they don't reveal anything that you already know. Especially ones that are not really like scientific, you know, or even don't even bother trying. You know, there's weird personality tests like what SpongeBob character are you? You know, like those ones. Those ones are so obvious to predict, or like it's not even like it's not even like properly, you know, made. Like you can tell, you know, which questions relate to what. But I feel like this one was kind of like mostly nonsense, but it was fun. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the. I mean, I like obviously the fourth wall breaking elements and everything. I guess that's the main gimmick, really. Though the whole like the fact that she like you know, talks to you, the viewer, you know, multiple times and everything. So that's kind of cool. I mean, obviously very reminiscent of a certain other game that I don't know if I can say because it's. I mean, I referenced it, but like in a way, it's a big spoiler and it's an old game anyway. But yeah, it's kind of like that. That fourth wall breaking game that has horror elements. And yeah, but well, the game itself has no real horror to it, however. But you know, it's still pretty fun. I mean, I'm super biased. I always say this, but I always like games that kind of break the fourth wall. You know, I like a meta narrative, even though I feel like that word meta narrative. I feel like I'm using that word wrong. I mean, it has a different definition. I feel like than what I'm thinking. But basically, like a story like that, like is self-aware. You know, basically. Yeah, and I like how it blends in the you know, the what's going on in the game with the actual game itself, you know, like when it goes full screen, for example, you know, that's pretty like neat, I guess. Even though it did break my capture, and therefore I kept going, and I didn't realize that the game capture was frozen. I had to go back and do it again, so it felt kind of weird the second time. But anyway, yeah, but yeah, and the fact that I think she looks for your computer name, you know, I think. Because I don't think I gave my name SighingSlider to her. I think, or I say her, but you know, the game reads your computer name, you know. So like, that's what it guesses what your name is. So I mean, I've seen that before, but you know, it's still neat. But yeah, I do wonder. Like, I imagine if you do the game, if you like, I mean, I imagine you can delete the global save, but I imagine other players who played this game might get a slightly different experience. You know, that you might do other things that might be interesting little tricks. I'm not sure, depending on your answers. So. That's kind of cool to think about, but I really do think it's meant to be played, you know, one time, at least, you know, per player. It might be interesting to see how other playthroughs are like, though, you know. But yeah, I mean, obviously her design is good. You know, good design, even though we don't see her now and she's gone forever, but you know, she'll at least be eternally immortal in the sense that people will do like dozens of let's plays of this game. But anyway. But yeah, I mean, anything else? Writing was good, actually. Yeah, I mean, I always complain about writing, you know, in like most visual novels. This one was solid. In terms of spelling and grammar, I did not notice any typos or anything. I like how the different like choices that you make actually do matter in a sense, because she says different things, you know, depending on your choices, which is pretty cool, and certain things happen. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of complaints. You know, it's very short, simple, and you know, does what it is, you know, out to do, and very focused, you know, on the thing that you wanted to do. And I didn't linger too much on the sincere moments as well. I feel like some games, you know, they get a little too cheesy, you know, when she talks about like, oh, you know, you shouldn't sell your soul, blah blah blah, whatever, you know, and like they're trying to like give you some kind of weird message in like a metaphor or whatever, but like, you know, it was short enough that I didn't feel too like on the nose, I guess, in the sense that they're trying to write something, you know, that's kind of resonating. You know, I feel that's every writer tries to do. They're trying to write something that resonates with the reader, you know, and everything. But if you try too hard, though, it can backfire, in my opinion. But I don't know. Again, the writing is just good. Just in general, I feel like it was just in general just pretty good. I mean, obviously, there's I feel like some weebiness, going on a little bit, but that appeals to me. Because she's just literally a tsundere. But yeah, I mean, anything else? Yeah, no complaints really. I mean, I don't know if it's a perfect game necessarily, but again, it sets out what it was, or I can't say I don't know how to talk. It like did what it was supposed to do, I guess. It had a particular goal in mind, to have this little experience that breaks the fourth wall, and that's what it did. It was pretty entertaining. But there you go. But yeah, pretty short as well, but I enjoyed it. There you go. That's it for Lilith Wants to Buy Your Soul. I do wonder. I noticed the game was updated today. Actually, I think, I don't know if they made a new version or not. This is the version I downloaded from before. I wonder if they ever update the game even more like meta elements. I don't know. Maybe they like mention that people did let's plays on it or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting. But anyway, but yeah. So I enjoyed it. But I guess if you're on YouTube, if you didn't know, I stream these games live on Twitch. So check me out over there if you're interested. I also have other playthroughs and channels. You can look for those if you want. Thanks for watching. Until next time. See you then.